all kinds of voices. Let me tell you something. If somebody will walk up to me in that moment and say, yo, brother, who are you? I would say, you know what? I'm just a human being with fear as my identity. That's what I know, fear. Let me spell fear out. F-E-A-R. Here's an acronym. Fear is false evidence appearing real. You see, the false evidence that appeared real to me was I had a messed up past at Colorado. Therefore, the future life, the dreams that I had, the hope that I had to be in the NFL wasn't going to come true. You see, a lot of times fear rules us. We allow fear to be in our heart, and it pumps us out, and it manipulates us. We're making choices in our life based on fear. What we think is going to happen in the future hasn't even come yet. We caught up in it. Somebody sent me an email one time and said, yo, Lee, the past is history. The future is a mystery. But today is a gift, and that's why it's called the present. If that's true, everybody, if anybody agree with me, that's not my opinion. If anybody agree with those words, if that's true, if today's a gift, and that's why it's called the present, what do you do with the present? You open it up. We got to learn how to open up our present every day. But how you going to open up your present every day if you're caught up in your past? If you're feeling guilty about things you did, if you feeling angry because you put your trust in somebody and they got you, they stabbed you in the back, how are you going to open up your present if you're worried about your future? Is my life going to turn out the way I want it to? Is this going to happen for me? We become paralyzed. We can't even make the kind of choices in our life that benefit us because we're living in our past and we're worried about our future. And young people, I'm telling you right now, I believe the solution to this type of life is knowing who you are, because when you decide in your present, when you open up that present, when you decide who you are in your present, it changes everything. I went to football practice, I came back, I sat at the front of the bus, and there was this football player sitting beside me, and he was just different than everybody. He didn't have a mask on, like all the football players in the back of the bus acting like they was better than me. Or they knew they was going to the NFL, or they just had it going on. Because we can act like we got it going on, but we really don't. This brother was different. When I was looking into this brother's face, I could sense, right, a real confidence. I could sense a real power about this brother. And I said, yo, brother, excuse me, who are you? This brother looks at me like the brother looking at me right now. And I will never forget the words that came out of his heart, through his chest, and out of his mouth. He goes, I am the best wide receiver in the NFL. My name is Jerry Rice. I'm from Mississippi. I was like, whatever. Because you know, when you got somebody who you, they say their name is, I'm Shaniqua Williams. I'm Ron. I'm a girl, I'm a boy, I'm whatever. I'm not going to go there, but anyway. This brother, when I said, who are you? He didn't say his name. He didn't say I'm Jerry Rice. He didn't say his nationality. He didn't say I'm chocolate. He didn't say his religion. He didn't say his occupation. He said, I am. Now, we were not even in the NFL yet. We were still in college. The NFL draft was 4 months later. When those 4 months came, that brother who went back in front of the bus, he gets drafted by the San Francisco 49ers. I got drafted by the New York Football Giants. We began to play each other every year, and I began to witness, I became a witness because I was with him in the front of the bus, that he was becoming the best wide receiver in the NFL. That was 1984. That was 1984 in the front of the bus. In 2005, just a couple years ago, Jerry Rice retired as the all-time best wide receiver ever in the NFL in most categories. Now, can you believe? Can you imagine Jerry Rice in the 4th grade? Can you imagine Jerry Rice in the 4th grade, or maybe the 11th grade, or maybe the 12th grade, opening up his present, the cycling? Let me be Jerry Rice back in the day. Before that day, I don't know when it was. Let me just be Jerry when he was young. When he made that decision. Here's Jerry. I am the best wide receiver in the NFL. And every day, I'm going to walk that walk. I'm going to talk that talk. I'm going to live it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be it. And ain't nobody, nothing will stop me. You may look at me like I'm some snot-nosed fourth grader. You may say I'm some kid in high school, but you ain't seeing me. You hearing me. Don't judge me by what you see on the outside. Who I am is on the inside. Who I am is deeper than this, and whatever, however you can ever see me and think about me. I am the best wide receiver in the NFL. You see, Jerry Rice decided who he was before he was. When you decide who you are, that's when your life starts. That suffix, side, it means to kill. Homicide means to kill. Suicide means to kill. Pesticide means to kill. Some roaches, okay. But when you decide who you truly are, you kill who you truly not. Listen, everybody, I got to bring this plane in for a landing. I got to stop running my mouth and let you guys get on with your life. But let me tell you something right now. I got an airplane one time flying in Minnesota, of all places. See, I go anywhere I get a chance to go and get some real love. I don't care where it is, I'm going. So I'm on an airplane. I'm walking right through first class. This woman, she's sitting in first class. I wasn't sitting in first class. I was sitting way in the back. But this woman, she was sitting in first class, right? She's sitting, and my ring must have went bling bling to her, right? And so she just shouts out in front of her, and on the airplane, goes, "Who are you?" And everybody in the airplane's all nosy. I put my bag down, right? I go, "Ma'am, I am a child of God. That's who I am." And she goes, "I know you're a football player. Who you play for?" I said, "Ma'am, I play for the New York Football Giants. I play for the Cleveland Browns." But that's not who I am. That's what I used to do. The NFL stands for not for long. We play all kind of roles, man, don't we? I'm also a husband who's faithful to his wife. My wife is the only woman I make love to. I'm also a father who has children, and they're making all kinds of decisions and choices, and they got to decide who they are. I can't force them. I don't want to force them. I don't want to tell them who they are. They got to make their own decision who they are. My son, he's in college right now, and he goes to Towson University. As a matter of fact, he was a football player just like me, recruited by all the schools in America, start getting caught up in some crazy stuff. They took their hands off of him. Took all their scholarships back to Colorado, of all schools, signed him. He comes home one day, calls a meeting between my wife and myself. He says, "Yo, mommy and daddy, you know, I'm going to college in a couple of months. I just want you to know before I go to college, every weekend, I'm going to spend the night with my girlfriend, whether you like it or not." So in that moment, right, I see my wife's heart break. Now, one thing you don't do is break my woman's heart. So the first thought that came to my mind was to hit him in his throat, right? He was going to stop breathing. Did I do it? That's right. You know why? Because no thought that comes into my mind, and y'all know all kind of crazy thoughts come into our mind every day. But ain't no thought that's going to come into my mind that's going to pump me and make me make a decision. You see, because I know who I am in my heart. See, the knowledge of who I am, the biggest part of who I am is love. A real true love. That's in my heart. That's the main characteristic of who I am. And that love came out of my heart and said, "You know what, son? We love you. No matter what you do, we can't love you no more, no matter less, or any less. But you know, we trained you up, we raised you to make your own choices. You made your choice, you get your stuff and get out of my house." And let me tell you something, it was so hard for everybody. But the brother, a few months later, I get a phone call from him. He goes, "Yo, Daddy, I know who I am." He made his own choice. He decided that. And he's still struggling in his life right now because of things he did in the past. Because see, a lot of choices you make in your present determine what your future will be. The future never comes. Only reason why it comes is because of what you choose in your present. So you got to be careful with the choices that you make right now in your life. But he's going to be okay. know what, everybody? My time is up. I want to just thank everybody. Look at y'all, man. I want to thank all of y'all in the room for looking at me like y'all been doing and listening to me. Thank you for sharing this time with me. You know, whether you agree with stuff I said or whether you don't agree with it. But you know what? What took place, though, was a real respect between us. There was a love thing going today. I really received that. I could love you guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you.